Hello there, darlings. It's been a really busy handful of days, and a lot of my days have gone like this one, where I'm leaving the house early in the morning, running around, coming back, doing some garden work, and then getting cleaned up for the second half of the day, where I do some more garden work and then have some more errands and stuff to run. Benjamin started baseball again. Of course, that adds some busyness to the mix. But I like to take the opportunity when I'm going to be on the farm and doing some gardening stuff to bring you guys with me. I don't know what the kids are doing. They've got a book and it looks like they're looking something up. Baseball season has started back up. Hey Ben, hey Raylan, what's up?
Nothing. We're just thinking of what to do.
Y'all practicing?
Okay. Gotta keep our hats on all the time, so.
Nice. Y'all are some cool dudes.
Oh, my hat's stuck on my head.
I've been keeping an eye out for asparagus shoots popping up. It's early for them still, but they'll be one of the first things in the garden to come up. Now here in this bed we have a couple little bushes that Will had found, bush cherries. So that's some little fruiting bushes. Of course, my mint and lemon balm bed. Here, the rhubarb's really starting to grow for the season. It'll be one of the first things that really takes off. Here is chamomile, which this was grown from seed last year and is really starting to take off. So that's going to get pretty good size, and it'll flower maybe before even spring officially starts. Hey, zucchini squash, what's up, little girl? This place is about to transform in a really big way. We're gonna finish a lot of the building here soon. I moved the tub out here. I've got to figure out which way to situate it. Had a lot of people actually suggest a worm farm in this tub, and I'm not gonna do that because we actually already have a big worm farm in a deep freezer up under the shed roof up there. I think you could do a worm farm in a tub, but with the heat here, it's best to keep them under cover, and we've got a pretty good setup that's producing a lot of worm castings. So I think I'm probably gonna plant something in this. It's gonna be really pretty. I'm imagining like some sort of big focal piece, something tall and big, and maybe something that spills out. I made the mistake some years ago of planting sweet potato vine in my actual garden, and it took over everywhere. And so I'm thinking maybe in a container like that would be pretty cool, because I love something that spills. It's just really beautiful. I'm so excited today because I actually found these gorgeous concrete flower pots, and there were only these two there. It was a local hardware store and they have really good deals on concrete, and I got so excited because they're so pretty. So I'm in here every single day doing a little bit at a time, and it's just really starting to fill up with plants, or at least pots that will soon have plants in it. You don't see plants yet, but they'll be there. They're coming. All right. So Will and I are about to pull this tarp off and get the area ready to plant potatoes. What are you thinking? Like just this whole top area?
Yeah, it's like two tarps right here.
Yeah, that goes all the way across the top end. So we're gonna do our potatoes a little higher. This slopes downward, and they'll be a little drier up here. And depending, we may end up pulling some other tarped areas back and planting more potatoes. I wouldn't mind like staggering them a little bit this year, whereas last year we staggered them some last year, which was good, but you know, they didn't last through the winter. They started to sprout, and so I'm thinking staggering at least a bit. So we'll plant this top area first, and then maybe when we start peeling back the other tarps, put in some more potatoes. The white potatoes did better than the sweet potatoes this year.
Yeah.
The sweet potatoes grew a ton, but a lot of them
There was a variety of potatoes that did better than the purple, yellow, golden potatoes.
Yeah.
One of them did better than the other. I think the purple didn't do very good. Is that
No,
right?
it was the yellow and the red did really well last year.
Yeah, the reds did do really good.
Yeah. The purple did okay. They just sprout super fast.
They were really small too.
Yeah.
A couple of them.
Yeah. They taste good. I like the yellow ones best to eat.
Okay.
All right.
I guess we just put these bricks in a pile.
Yeah. as we start pulling the greens up.
This is a little tiny one right here.
Yeah.
I just cut it up. What's that?
But I'm not wearing the shoes for this. That's why I don't have my
Well, that's what I was
because
thinking.
I get dressed for town and then I'm like, oh, God.
I was actually thinking we might need to uncover it and let it sit in the sun
Yeah.
for the day,
Yeah.
and then plant it tomorrow. Very crooked tarp.
Huh?
There's a very crooked tarp.
Yeah.
Look at that tidy garden. After being tarped the last few months. Now there's probably still Bermuda grass just waiting to come up. Little zombie grass. You'll note this year we have long rows. We did away with those little short squatty ones after y'all gave me a hard time all last year about having freshly dug graves in my garden.
You want to get that one too?
This reminds me of kindergarten. It's like big
Ben!
Ben, look!
Come fly! You can fly, can you imagine? If you hold four corners, you can fly across the whole property. Now it's the other.
How do you fly?
You don't know how to fly?
I don't know how to fly this way.
You want to pull the bottom out? Will it go?
Yeah. You can fly another way? How?
Because I did it at this like park thing where it had this big thing and it made it wind. It's like skydiving.
Oh, indoor skydiving.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've done that.
How do you fly? I already did it and I was terrified when I had to go really high up. It was terrifying.
I went skydiving for real one time.
What, in the actual air?
Yeah.
Oh.
Got away from me.
I'd
Real
like to go
air.
skydiving. Like in the actual air?
14,000 feet.
Oh my God. Not for me.
God. Look at that high. Yep. Oh my God.
You
It
can
gives
see
me
the
the
earth
shivers.
curvature.
It gives me the shivers. The only way I did it that day is because I knew I wasn't going to go
They don't
that
actually
high.
These are my tarps.
They're what?
I said these are my tarps. I don't care if they're folded perfectly or anything. They ain't working for you. Is it? Yeah, I just read this book, Against the Grain. It was really good.
Oh yeah, I haven't read it.
That's all it was about, was the first page.
Yeah. So we've had a lot of rain lately, and it's pretty soggy here. So we wanted to untarp these and then let them set out in the sun for a day or two before we try to plant any potatoes. Which we'll do that by, this soil's already real loose and mounded up. And we'll put the potatoes in and then mulch them heavily with some hay or straw that we have that's not been sprayed. And if I decide to plant more potatoes, we'll just kind of like peel back a row at a time and lay the tarp over, weigh it down, and plant one row at a time, and keep this pretty well covered until spring comes and it's time to pull it off and fully plant it, because uncovered earth is gonna grow weeds. I've talked to a few people about potatoes lately, and there seem to be some misconceptions about that. I usually plant potatoes a few weeks before our last frost, estimated last frost date. They can withstand a light frost. A hard freeze is going to knock them back, and you don't want that when they're just getting started growing. But so yeah, about 3 to 4 weeks before your last frost. I've gone as early as 6, and we're going to be planting these here in the next handful of days, which is about 4 weeks before our estimated last frost. So if they get a little frosty, they might get a little damage on the tips, but potatoes are actually slightly frost hardy. And you can wait until after the frost, but if you live in a very hot place, sometimes if you're planting them when they're hot, they're just not going to take off as well. I've had the best experience with potatoes when I plant them a few weeks before the last frost, and then I'm harvesting. For us, the last frost being the beginning of April, I'm harvesting like through mid to late June, maybe into July. And like I said, I may stagger planting. I may plant this top part of the hill and then wait a few weeks and then plant another row, so that I'm not having to harvest all of them at the exact same time. I also usually will do a few varieties. I don't have a favorite potato variety. I'll just get what I can get my hands on. You know, a lot of times like the local feed store will get them seed potatoes in. But I'll do a few varieties, because different varieties come to fruition at different times, and it also allows me to stagger the harvest a bit. And I'll just look at them when the tops start dying back and I know they're ready to be harvested. I'll harvest whatever variety needs to be harvested first, and usually that staggers it all. It's not a bad thing necessarily to have all of your potatoes come in at once, but if it can be staggered over the month, it just allows to eat our food at the freshest point for a longer period, and it gives me some time when it comes to storing and preserving them to kind of space that out. I'm a big fan of stagger planting pretty much anything that's going to be a massive harvest of hundreds of pounds of food, to give myself a little bit more time in the kitchen to do what I need to do to preserve it. Alright guys, editing Jess here, and I forgot to end this video yesterday, so thank you for hanging out with me yesterday, and also for this brief moment today. God bless you. Until next time.